give me how many? How many should it be in total? 42. 42, exactly. So minus x plus x is 1. Then I have 21 plus this should give me 49. So 49 minus x is equal to 42. So let's get that x. X is going to be 49. Then when 42 crosses over, it becomes minus 42 is equal to, so x will give me x. So 49 minus this will give me x is equal to 7. Alright. So let's go over to the question. They said each student offers at least one, of course. They said find the probability that a randomly selected student offers government only. What I don't know number of people that offer only government, they are 28 minus x according to our Venn diagram. So I would have to get the value of 28 minus x, which is 7. So 28 minus 7 is 21. So probability is equal to what? Total number of desired outcome, which is people that's not the only government, which are 21, over total number of possible outcome, which is how many possible students can you have here? What are the possible number of people you can pick in this class? 42. 42. So 21 here is 1, 21 here is 2. So the answer is 1 over 2 options. So this is the full solution. Then question 45 is quite straightforward. 45 says that a cone has a height of 18 centimeters. So the height is 18 centimeters. And the volume is given as 8,316 cm. Find the base radius. So first of all, this is a cone. So the formula for a cone is 1 over 3 base area, which is circle, times the height. So we're given the volume already as 8,316, and we're using pi as 2%. So it's going to be equal to 1 over 3, 1 over 3 times our pi is 22 over 7 times, we're looking for the base radius, then times the height. So someone should help me with this. It should give me 8,316 is equal to 22 times 1 is 22. No, I was supposed to put the height. We're given the height. The height is 18. So let's drop this off. The height is 18. So we're going to be having, so I'll need us to use our calculators. What? 132 over 7. 132 over 7. Okay. You did this multiplication, right? 3 here 1, 3 here 6. Yes, you're correct. 132 over 7, then pi r squared. So 132 over 7, then this is r squared. Hope every other person got that. So moving on, so I can cross multiply. So I'll have 8316 times 7 is equal to 132 times the radius squared. So I have to divide both sides by 132 in order to get my r squared to be alone. So I'm going to now have I'm going to now have 132 cancelling 132. So from here, so let's do this. 8316 times 7. 8316 times 7 is 58,212. divided by 132 will give me 441. Hope we are getting the same thing.
Yes, sir.
So let's take the square root. Looking at it, should be 21.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. Well, let me just get the exact answer. But of course, looking at this, since 20 squared is 400, so 21 should just be the suitable pick. But what's the exact answer? 441 is okay. It's exactly 21 actually. All right. So now we move to the next one. Question 46. Question 46 says that we are having interior angles of a triangle into ratio 2:5:8. Find the difference between the smallest and the largest. So since this is 2:5:8, this is the smallest, this is the largest. So it's going to be 2 over, what's the total ratio? Is 15. 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 8 is 15. So 2 over 5 times, total angles that they are sharing is 180. So 15 here 1, 15 here should be 12. Let's confirm that. 180 divided by 15. Yes, 12. So 2 times 12 will give me 20.
Hello, Mr. Chika, are you still there? Because we can't
So
hear
this
you.
is smallest angle.
Hello, Mr. Chike. Hello.
Are you still there? Hello? Sir.
I think he's having network issues.
Hello, can we hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
We can hear you now, but we're not able to hear the things we were saying like 2 minutes ago.
Okay. Okay, so I was saying that 47, we should try 47. So I was asking if you would have writing material.
On that, no, stop.
Please turn off your mic, okay, except you're talking to the class. If you're not talking to the class, please, talking to the teacher, please turn off your mic.
Sorry.
I don't know what the problem is. I think it's network issues. Maybe I can call him. Let me call him on the phone and know what the problem is.
So we're on question 47. Okay. All right, here. Question 47. So we're told that a sector of radius, that's this is sector, or from a circle, or just a rough sketch. Let's use a circle as a center. So a sector. Okay, okay. Let me resolve that one. So question 46 says, find the difference between the smallest and the largest angle. So the smallest angle will be 2 because its own ratio is 2. Okay, 2 ratio 5 ratio 8. So the smallest is this having a ratio of 2. Largest is this having a ratio of 8. So it's going to be 2 out of the total ratios is 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 8 15 times the total angle applicable to triangle. 15 here is 1, 15 here is 12. 2 times 12 is 24 degrees. So the smallest angle is 24 degrees. Now the largest angle is 8, right? So this 8 is the largest angle. So it's going to be 8 out of the total ratio times 1, 8. So 15 here 1, 15 here is 12. So this will be 96 degrees. So the largest angle is 96. So the difference between them will be 96 minus 24, which is 72 degrees. Option D. So are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. So the next one, 47. This is circle. Sorry, network today is something else. Can we hear me?
Yes, sir.
So we're on question 47 for looking and log me out. So question 47. So we have length of an arc is given by this formula, and like I said, okay, sorry, I forgot I was logged out. Sorry. is clear and visible. I hope we can see it now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's no question.
Okay, so question 47. So like I said, you can just remember the formula from the relation. The length of the arc over the length of the entire circumference, which is 2 pi r, is also the same ratio as the angle which the sector subtends over the angle of the total sector. So from there you can make L the subject and you can recall the formula. Same thing applies for the area of the sector. But anyways, we're told to look for the length of the arc. So it's going to be, what is the angle subtended according to the question? 120 degrees. So we have 120 degrees divided by 360 times 2 times pi is 22 over 7. And the radius is 18 cents. So it's 21. So from here, I have 7 year 1, 7 year 3, 3 year 1, 3 year 12, 12 year 1, 12 year out. So I'm left with 2 times 24. I realize I must cancel each other out. So the length is going to be equal to 2 times 24 is equal to. Are we all facing the same problem, the same challenge? Yes. Can you see it now? Is it visible now? Is it visible now? So the answer is C. Let me try to share it. I think probably it's a network issue in your head, but let me still reshare it. Alright, so can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the length is 44 centimeters. And also, very, very important too, that when you're writing, especially those in science class, when you are writing exams, it's also important you don't forget to include units, because not including unit, at least according to Waec and NECO and major O-level exam, at least if you're going to be using 1 mark per question, then you make that error. So for example, if I'm in an exam hall and I wrote 44, the total mark for that question is, let's say, 8 marks. You give it 7. You repeat the same error in the next question, you lose another 1 mark. So it's very, very important. Very, very important. So 40, what did I just say? 47. So question 48 is a question on statistics, variance. Now, though we may not have done, I hope I'm still on. I don't know what's wrong today.
Yes, sir.
Alright. So question 48 is a question on the statistics, variance. We want to see how they vary from the mean. It's a very, very good method of measure, rather. So at least though we may not have done, we may not have done variance, all of us may not have done variance, but at least from our basic knowledge of statistics, we know what our mean is, the average. That means if you take the whole score and distribute it to everybody, what will everybody get on an average? That's what the mean. So the variance is a measure, and the formula for the variance is summation of f of x. Summation means you add. Summation of f of x minus the mean, x minus the mean squared over summation of f. But looking at this, the frequency will all be 1, so there's no need to include f because this is a single data. The frequency will be 1. Each of them occurs 1, 1. So let's now put this to test. First of all, our formula contains mean, so we have to find the mean. This is the mean. of our total number of values. So let's add the values 2, 5, 7, and 10. 2, 5, 7, and 10. So divided by the total number of values. How many values do you have? 4 values. 2, 5, 7, and 10. So I'm going to divide them. I'm going to divide them by 4. So help me out.
That's 6. Yeah, 24 over 4. 24 over 4 equals to 6.
Yes, thank you very much. So that means I need to get my formula now, x, which is the value. So the first value is 2, 5, 7, and 10. So like I said, the frequency, but anyways, since each of them is occurring once, there's no need to even do this frequency part, but at least we are just like this. So I'll need to get x minus the mean, because in the formula there's x minus the mean, then I'll now square it. So I'll now square it, x minus the mean. So let's work together. So the mean is 6. So for the first one, x, which is 2, minus the mean of 6 will give me negative 4. 5 minus the mean, which is 6, will give me negative 1. Now, if you notice something, in the last revision class, I told you something, or told us something, that once it is a uniform data, you can see it's adding 3, 3. Once you get from the first value, you are saying what the deviation is. Don't bother. Like here's minus 3, minus 4. If you notice, it is adding 3. Is it adding 3? Okay, let's confirm. The first one is 2. Next one is 5. Next one is 7. Right, so 5 minus 6 is minus 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. Okay. And then 10 minus 6 is what?
4.
All right, very good. So it's 4. So now let's square it. Minus 4 squared is 16. Minus 1 squared is 1. 1 squared is still 1. And 4 squared is still 16. Open no one squared because of this in the formula. So now the formula for variance is that what? Summation of f times the deviation squared divided by summation of f. Now looking at it, f times the deviation square will not change anything, right? Because each of them is just 1. So 1 times this will give me, normally I'm supposed to do f times the deviation. So 1 times this is to give me 16. 1 times 1 is to give me 1. 1 times 1 is to give me 1. 1 times 6 is to give me 16. So this f of f times division squared is of no effect in this one because they are all occurring once. Do you understand what I mean? So basically we just sum this up.
34.
34. All right. So we have 34 divided by summation of the x is 4, right? Just 4 values here. So 34 divided by 4. 8.
8.5.
8.5.
8.5.
Yes, thank you very much. So the answer is what? 8.5 centimeter. That's the variance of the height of seedlings. All right. Now, okay, 49 is a trick question actually. But it's simple anyways. I want us to try 49. What do you think the answer is? 49. What do you think? Okay, for SS1, do you understand what your loci is?
The answer is like coins.
Yes, it's like trying to describe the point. Like for example, if I tell you the loci of a point that is equidistant from a particular center, let me that's what I'm saying. Like in a circle now, there's a point always in equidistant from the center. That's the radius, right? So if I say the locus defined by maybe a goat, which is always equidistant to a particular point, is what? It's a circle. Because because as far as it's at the center point, from the center to anywhere in this circumference that the goat is going to walk around, is described in a second. So you're just talking about the description of the movement of lines of different points. So this one is now saying if you have a line, a point rather equidistant from two lines, what path, what would you describe that path as? We can try. Do we have an idea? I'm seeing the call. Wait, let me talk to the hotspot. I'm saying on the call rather. Are we there?
So you're still on the call.
Okay. So do you have an idea? Do you have an idea what that describes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what does it describe? Okay, now what do you think that describes? Well, okay. When we describe the midpoint, we'll look at 2 points. Let's say we have 2 lines, right? X, let's say from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to 7. And then now to know that there's a point that is equidistant from the lines x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 7. What does that tell me? That line must be at the middle. True or false? Do we have the same distance here and have the same distance here? Do you understand? So let's look at from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where is the midpoint? The midpoint is 5. Because if you look at it from 5, it's 2 places to 7, 2 places to 3. But the mathematical way of doing that is just midpoint, add them, then mid is at the center, so you divide by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. That gives us the same thing. So now again, which of them do you think is the answer? X is 5 or Y is 5? Which of them? But we have 2 options carrying 5. So is it B or D? Yes.
I think Y is 5.
Y is 5, okay. Any other supporting or opposing options or answer or thoughts? Okay. Now looking at it, the description, remember I said the loci describes the movement of that point. So on which axis are we describing this movement? What axis? X or Y?
X.
X. But you're looking at this point on the x-axis. So the answer is actually x is 5. On the y-axis, that's the opposite axis. This is y. We didn't look at any movement on the y. We looked at the movement on the x. Anyway, that's a good one. Please try it. Get an attempt. Well, okay. I think 50 should be easy for us. I think we'll describe it. What does 50 describe? So the locus of a point, 5 centimeters from a fixed point P is what? What path does it describe? Let me explain. That means no matter where this point is, it is always 5 centimeters from a fixed point. What path? That's PATH. What path does it describe? Come on, we should get this one. It's a circle. I just described it. Now look at it. We have a fixed point, which is the center. Center of the circle is fixed. From the center to any of the circumference is always radius. It's always a fixed what? Always a fixed length or distance. So if they said there's a point always 5 centimeters, that means if the radius is 5, get to here will be 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 5. As long as you are on this circumference, no matter where you are, from the center, even here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, will always be the radius, which is 5 centimeters. So it's describing a circle. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's try 51. 51 says, in geometry, the locus of a point equidistant from 2 intersecting lines. So let's look at 2 intersecting lines. So when you have a point that is equidistant from those 2 lines that intersect, what do you think is going to happen?
Perpendicular bisector.
Perpendicular bisector, you have to look at the full option you're picking. It says perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining the 2 points on the lines. Perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular is 90 degrees. Since the angles are intersecting, most likely it's not going to be 90 degrees. So
the midpoint of
okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's analyze these two intersecting lines. Now, for you that says
the bisector of the angles.
okay, good. That's where I was going to. Now, somebody who said the perpendicular bisector.
Beside me.
What's your name? That you will move in such a way. Sorry, let me take away that new line. Let me see red line. You move in such a way that you are always equidistant to the two lines. Now, you see, this is the first line. This is the second line. What point will always be equal? That means here to here will be the same. Here to here will be the same. Here to here will still be the same. Here to here will be the same. That means your path is so aligned that you divide the angle into what? Two equal parts. No matter where you are observing under this line, yet you will be the same, yet you will be the same. So that means any angle that is in between them will be broken into half. So the answer is actually bisector of the angles between the two lines. I hope I was able to explain it in a way that you get it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So question 52 says the perpendicular distance from 4 to 3. Now, this one is a very funny question, anyways. But just try it. Let me see what you think as the answer. I want everyone to try this one. Yes, math. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Or do we have no idea?
2 units.
2 units, okay? 2 units. You're close, you're very close. Like I said, once I saw it, you just see how simple it is. So this is just a now you are given to a coordinate 4 and 3. Right? So this is x and y. So they're asking us the difference. Okay, so we're giving a point 4, 3, right? So they're telling us to get the difference, the perpendicular distance. Now let's draw the line. So let's say this is x is 4. So let's draw where x is 4. X is 4, y is 1, 2, 3. So this is the point. 1, 2, 3. So this is the point. That's the particular point. So they ask us for the perpendicular distance to the line x is equal to 1. So what will be the perpendicular distance? Perpendicular distance will be the distance in the y-axis. Are you getting me? Let me use a different color.
Yes, sir.
Perpendicular means at angle 90. So that means what will be the distance of this point if you look at it across 90 degrees? So if you look at it, it's going to be, here is 1. So it's going to be this distance across the 90s. Here to here is what? 1 to 4, right? So it's going to be 4 minus 1, which is 3. Do you understand why it is? You are subtracting the... Okay, good. Let me explain again. Now, you understand how I got the coordinates, right? How I match the coordinate of x is 4, y is 3 to get this particular point. Right?
Yes,
the point is there. Okay, good. Now, they said we should calculate the perpendicular distance from the line x equals to 1. So this is the line x equals to 1. So we have to get the distance perpendicularly. So that means I have to construct 90 degrees from the point. So from the point, this is 90 down. Do you understand? Now there are 2 ways I can get the perpendicular distance. Now to get the distance, since the point I'm looking for, let me use a different color again. Sorry, let me just Now, since the point I'm looking for is here, and this is the second point, I can get their distance across this point. Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So their distance across this point will be, since here is where x is 4, and here is where x is 1. What their distance across that point? 4 minus 1, which is 3. True or false? You can still get their distance across this point because it's still along the perpendicular. It's going to be, here is 3, and at this point, if you check the coordinate of the line, it is going to be from 0 to that 3, from 1. Are you getting me? If you're looking at it from the y-axis, so it's still going to be 3 minus 0, which is still 3. So any ways you want to use to check the perpendicular distance between them, it will always be 3. If you check it on the x-axis, 4 minus 1 is 3. If you check it on the y-axis, right, it's going to be the y minus the from the origin point 0, which is still 3. So do you get why it is 3 and not 2?
Okay, sir.
But I said, did we get it? Did we get?
Yes, sir.
All right. So question 53 says that a point moves such that it's distant from a fixed point. Okay, this one is circle. I noticed I checked the review syllabus. I noticed that the removed from general mathematics is now in further mathematics. So basically, what this is talking about is the equation of a circle from a particular point. It's going to be x minus h squared plus y minus the second point squared, that's the y coordinate, is equal to the radius squared. You have a circle. You want to get the distance from a particular point. So it's going to be, the first point is going to be x and y. So two coordinates of it, the x coordinates and the y coordinates. So we have x and h, or h and k. So the first one is going to be x minus the h coordinate of the circle. Then for the y coordinates, you have y minus the y coordinate of the circle squared. It's going to give you the radius squared. So let's check. What is the x coordinate? We're given 3,4. We're given 3,4, right? So that means the x coordinate is 3. So it's going to be x minus 3 squared plus, what is the y coordinate? 4. Is equal to, now they told us that the locus is always 2 units. What did I say that it is in the last class? Or in the last similar example? So what did I say it is? These two, what's it going to be? Are we still there?
Yes, sir.
And we should know now, at least from the, we've done 2 examples in that. It's going to be the radius. I've already explained it. But if they say the distance from a particular point is always maybe 5 centimeters, it's the radius. Because any point from the center is always the radius. Always the radius. So the question said that if it moves from a fixed point 3,4 such that its distance is always 2 centimeters, then that means that distance is what is the radius. How do we get that? So that means the radius is 2, then I square it also. So they told us to get the equation. So basically the equation is x minus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to 4. And what option is synonymous to that? Option D. Alright, option D. Now the next question is a question called transformation. It's usually JSS 3. I don't know if they moved it also to further maths. So if transformation is talking about, I think we do it in GS3, similar figures, transformation, enlargement, reduction. But I don't think we need reflection yet. We need to do something like that. So now the next question is a transformation question. And so we are being told that if a point 2 comma minus 5 is reflected in the y-axis, what are the coordinates of the image P? What are the coordinates of the reflection of the image P? Now, if you are reflecting in a particular axis, it's going to be positive. For example, let's use a mirror. For example, a mirror gives you reflection. So if your image is coming on the x-axis, let's say this is your image on the x-axis, and this is your mirror. The mirror will reflect it back on the x-axis. So if it is positive x, the reflection will come back to you in the positive x-axis, which means the y will be flipped. No, this y will be flipped downward to the negative x, negative y, sorry, because you are reflecting across the what? The x-axis. Now this question now told us that the reflection is on the y-axis. So that means if this is the y-axis, it's going to reflect back on the y-axis, and the x will be reflected along the negative. That's why you see your image. Your image is always what is it called? Laterally inverted, because the reflection. For example, if you have something like P on your mirror, it will be inverted in this way. True or false? If you have E, it will be inverted in this way, because this negative reflection. So if you are reflecting on the y-axis, hope you get what I mean, your image will be on the y-axis, that reflection, but it will be inverted on the x-axis. If your image is coming on the x-axis, your image will come back on the x-axis, but it will be inverted on the y-axis. That's why in your mirror, if you take your left hand, because of this inversion, no matter where you are reflecting the image, if it is reflecting it along the x back, y will be inverted. If it is reflected along the y, x will be inverted. That's why your images will never be the same. To always be inverted in one way. If I have something like J, no, that's not J. This is the reflection of J. So if you have something like J, your image is going to show on your mirror as this. Hope you get what I mean. All right. So now let's just apply that to the question. So this is 2 comma minus 5. So if it's reflected along the y-axis, y will remain the same, minus 5, but x will become negative. So it's going to be minus 2. So the answer is minus 2 minus 5. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. So, please, I have a question.
Yes, do that.
So, if something is reflected along the x-axis, that means this 2 will remain plus 2, and
Exactly.
y will turn to plus 5.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, sir.
So that's what explains your images on your mirror. That's why your image on your mirror are laterally inverted. No matter where you're reflecting from, if it's on the x, y will be inverted. If it's on the y, x will be inverted. So that's reflection. Now the other one is question 55. In translation means movement, like in your physics. For those of us that are science students.
Why will the
Yes.
y remain the same? Why is the only x that is going to become inverted?
Okay, but I've explained this. I explained it using your mirror images. If you look at your mirror images, like I said, E will be inverted this way. And I explained that it is due to it's just like clockwise and anti-clockwise movement of your x and y axis in your mirror. That's why, for example, P will be reflected the other way. You can see now y remain the same. Are you getting me? Y remains the same, but your x, this is your x, this is the way your P is inverted the other way. Are you getting it? One way will always be the same. Like if you have J, are you following? Your x in this way will remain the same, but your y, this y where your J is, will be reflected the other way on your mirror. Do you understand? So that's why in this case now, where is that question 54? It is reflected in the y, which means the y, this y now, let's assume that this is the image. This y will remain the same. So the y coordinate there is minus 5. Minus 5 will remain the same. X will be reflected to the opposite. Just like here, J was facing here, this curve side was facing here. It's turned the other way. So if here is 2, to turn the other way, it will give you minus 2 because you are reflecting on the y axis. So y will remain the same. X will be inverted. If, for example, it is reflected on the x axis, 2 is x. No, yes, you're right. 2, which is the x, will remain the same. And the minus 5 will be inverted the other way, which will be 5. Is it understood? All right. So, question 55 says, we have an image 3,4, and there is a translation by minus 1. So, like I said, I'm going to use our knowledge of physics. Just, I'll break it down because I know that there are some aspects here. Now, a translation means a movement in a particular direction. That's translation movement in a straight line, right? So this question, which is question 55, is telling us that there's a translation. So that means there's a movement. Now let me explain. If you have x comma y, and then you translate, which means you move, that means x will increase by maybe that factor of a, and y will increase by that factor of a to show a translation of movement. So since there's a translation in the x by minus 1, that means x, what is the x-axis? 3 plus minus 1, that's the translation in the x. In the y, translation was what? By 2, so it moved by 2. So the final image will be at 3 minus 1, 2, 4 plus 2, 6. So the answer is 2, 6. I hope you understand. Translation is just showing a movement. And they'll tell you, okay, the x image moved by this, y image moved by this, just to get the new position where it translated to. You get it? So like I said, it's a very simple topic anyways. Even if you have not yet come across it, I think it's in SS3. At least you just understand it by bringing them to a phenomenon you see every day, like the mirror. You look at it, okay, the image is inverted. That means if one is remaining the same, what produces that inversion is the other one must also invert. So now the next one is a transformation. What's a transformation? A change, right? It's a change. Either it is being enlarged or it is being reduced. So what is the transformation here? Which of these is showing the transformation? Because this is x. They said P is having what? X comma y. And then it now changed to a new image P prime. I'm having 2x and 2y. What do you think the answer is? Rotation. You said option 2. Rotation.
No, sorry. Enlargement,
right? Because the image is being increased by a factor of 2, just like scale drawing. Yeah, so the answer is what? An enlargement. Very good. Very good. So now let's see the next question, which is still under this transformation. It is a rotation question. Question on rotation. So let's see question. What is that? 57. So it says that an image is rotated in 180 degrees. So let's look at the image. So let's look at our angles, right? So if this is an image here on this axis and you rotate it through 180, that means what will be the new position of the image here? That's complete 180 degrees, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the sign, like we did trigonometry? What is the sign coordinate of this quadrant for x and y? And what I mean is, like, example, this case is positive, positive, positive x, positive y. Are you getting me? Positive x, positive y. Now, when it is reflected through 180, which is this point, right? This point which will fall in the third quadrant. Now, what is going to be the sign coordinate?
Negative.
Negative for x or for y or for both? For what? I didn't hear what you said. Please come again.
For both of them.
Okay, good. For both of them. So now apply it to the question. What's our answer?
-5 -3.
Minus. We take them across 180 degrees. So it's going to cause a negative symbol for them. So that's just it about those functions. They're very easy. Very easy. Just have to understand the concept. What?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. Coming back. So, like I said, in a rotation, so is to move it round, right? Clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, wait, sorry. I took the wrong convention. I'm looking at anti-clockwise convention. Usually, rotation is done. Okay, it still works anyway. It still works. Now, your 0 degrees, right? This is your 0 degree. The usual convention is 180, and that is positive 180. Because since this is clockwise, going in this direction is positive. If we go anti-clockwise, as a convention, we take it as negative. So let's do it the normal standard convention. Okay, so that's easy. Now this is your 0 degrees. If you are rotated through 180 degrees, that means you are covering 0 to 90 to 180. So this is your rotation through a positive 180 degrees. True or false? So that means you will fall under this line. This is your because angle on a straight line is 180. So that means from here to here is 180. Now, what will be the convention if you look at it in the y-axis and in the x-axis? Now, if you look at this side, this is positive x, negative x. So on this line, you're on negative x. Now, if you look at the y, this is positive y, negative y. So in this convention, you are on negative y. So that means whatever image that you have now, applying this, if I have 2 and 5, and I rotate them through 180 degrees, x will be negative, minus 2, y will be negative, minus 5. Or if I have 2 and minus 5, it will be minus 5, which will be plus. So do you get it? Okay, let's just take one variant, so it's not a multiple. Let's say this image, what's the image you could give it to us, of 5 and 3. It was rotated through 90 degrees. What will be the new image that will be formed? It was rotated through 90 degrees. 5 and minus 3, okay. Any other person? Any other? Is there 5 and minus 3, okay, good. And for the sake of since only 2 people talk, let me just quickly do that. So you are rotating through 90 degrees, that means you are moving to this direction from 0 to 90. Now on this line, you're on the negative y, and you are still on the positive x. So x will still be positive 5, y will become negative minus 3. So do we get the gist?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's try question 58. I'm coming. So let's try question 58. Question 58. Are we trying it? Question 58.
Yes, sir. So 20%.
20%, okay? That's correct. That's correct. Does Anyone have a different answer, or you didn't get the answer?
I got 20%.
Okay.
20.
Okay. Can I move on, or will? Is there anybody that needs me to explain?
Yes, sir.
Nobody. Okay. So question 59. Question 59. Question 59. Percentage loss. Tell him I'm in the class, or doesn't know I'm in the class. Yes. That's a
10%. So
yes.
try 10%.
10%. Okay, good. So any
10%.
person is anyone that didn't get? Okay, 10%, correct.
10%.
So the next one, still financial mathematics. Good. So the next one, still
10%.
financial. Yes, very good. Thank you. So the next one, still financial mathematics. So,
hello, Mr. Chike, please. I think some of them might be shy to actually tell you that they didn't get the correct answer. So speaking like this might not be advantageous to some people.
Okay, I went out. With who? The vehicle is there.
Yes, the way it is.
And he went out. Unless, are you sure?
Okay, so I'll say so. 60 says that a man borrowed 100,000. Okay, let's apply that. So a man borrowed 100,000 at an annual simple interest rate of 10%. If he repays the loan after 3 months, how much interest does he pay? So we use the formula for simple interest. You can also be solving also. So at the end, cross check. So simple interest is principal times time times rate all over 100, right? So how much interest did he pay? He paid an interest of 10%. So they said how much, sorry, we're told to get how much interest he paid. So not that he paid interest of 10%. The rate was what was 10%. Sorry. So the principal, how much did he borrow, was 10,000 naira. Times the time is in years. So this is 3 months. I have to divide it by 12. That's why. Then the rate is 10%, which is 10 over that 100. So 0 cancels 0. 0 also cancels zeros. 3 year 1, 3 year 4. So I have 1,000 naira divided by 4. 1,000 divided by 4, which is how many?
0.004.
Are you sure? 1,000 divided by
No.
not 4 divided by 1. Okay, sorry. I think it's 4 divided by 1. Yes, it's 250. Yes. But I noticed sorry, you. So I hope we all got it, please. We all got my solution. Is it clear enough?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So question 61 says that a machine valued at 200,000 depreciates by 10,000 in the first year by 10%. So let's get the depreciation. So it loses 10% of 200,000. That's depreciates 0, 0, 0, 0. So I have that's cancellation will make it confusing. So let's say 0, 0 cancel 0, 0. So how much is that is losing? 10 times 2,000 will give me 20,000. It's 10 times 2,000. So I'm having 20,000 loss. So that means the new price or the new value will be 180,000. And we are now told that in the second year, it loses 5%. So let's get the 5% of it again and then subtract it from the new price. Still loses 5%. 0 cancel 0. So 5 times 1,800. Help me please. 5 times 1,800 is
9,000.
9,000, right? So it loses 9,000. So it's going to be 180,000 minus 9,000. What does that give me? 171,000 naira. Option B. Is it clear? Please, if at any you don't get my
So
solution,
please
please,
explain again.
very good. That's all.
So please explain again.
Okay, I'm re-explaining. Now, depreciation, of course, just from the normal usage of the word, depreciate to value. Now, they told us that somebody bought a machine at 200,000 naira. And the first year, it depreciated by 10%, which means it lost 10% of the value. So what I'll do is I'll get that 10% of the value and subtract it since it lost it. So 200,000 times 10%, 0, 0, 0, 0. So I have 10 times this is 20,000. So the 10% is 20,000, but it was lost, it was depreciated. That means 200,000 lost 10%, which is 20,000, to become 180,000. Is that part clear? Then in the second year, okay. Then in the second year, it says it loses 5%. So that means this new price again, and that's the truth. Just like you buy something, as you use it in our common Nigerian language, we say it don't become second hand, which means you've used it over time, so we can't give you the real price, even if it's still working in perfect condition. So in the second year, it lost 5%. Now that means 5% of this new value, because it's no longer 200,000, it has already lost 20%. It's going to be 5% of this value that it is new price or value. So 0, 0 cancel 0, 0. So what is the 5%? 5 times this will give me 9,000. So the new price will be 180,000 minus this 9,000, which will give me 171,000 naira. So is it clear now?
So what are you talking about? Yes. Which question? Yes, sir.
61, 61. Is it clear? The person that asked me now. Okay. Question 62 says that a woman earns a monthly, all right, she earns a monthly salary of 50,000 naira and a 5% commission on sales above 100,000. So her monthly sales was 150,000. So she has a fixed salary of 50,000. So that's by the way. Then so let's get her commission. Now was it above 100? Yes. She sold 150. So she's going to have 5% of that commission since it fits the criteria. So this is 0, 0 cancel 0, 0. So 5 times 1,400 gives me what? Sorry, 5 times 1,500.
7,000. Yeah, 7,500.
7,500. So what would be a new salary? Oh, sorry, not a new salary. What would be a salary?
I don't understand.
Okay, now let me break it down. Now this is a person came to work at the company. So they said, you know what, just like it's called incentive, so that to make the person work more, because they're like telling you that we don't determine how much you get as your take home pay. From our end, we're giving you 50,000 naira fixed salary. But if you go above board and you're able to generate a sale of above 100,000 naira, we'll pay you 5% of the amount. So that means if you get 101,000, you met the threshold, we'll pay you 5% of that 101,000 in addition to your salary. That means the more you work, the more you earn. So if you get 200,000, we'll pay you your 50,000 naira plus 5% of that money that is above 100,000 in your sales. Do you understand? So in this case, The woman now made a sale of 100,000. So that means, oh, you met your target. You even went above. You went above the 100,000. You you got 5% of it, right? Oh, so that means any amount that you sell above 100,000 will give you 5%. Now she sold 150, which is 50,000 naira above the 100. So our commission will be 5% of that extra amount above the target of 100,000.
I thought the commission will be 5% of 150,000, not just 50,000.
No. That was the error I made in the first one. No. Because if you read the question, let me zoom it in. They said 5% on sales above 100,000. So that means the 100,000 is your target. I get it. If you now make above it, we'll give you 5% of that extra amount you're able to generate in sales. Do you understand? All right. So that means now she got the 100,000 and even added 50,000 extra to get the total sale of 150,000. So that means they'll pay her a salary of 50,000 naira and an extra of 5% of the bonus that she generated. This is going to be 0, 0, cancel 0, 0. So 5 times 500 will give you 2,500. So our salary will be 50,000 plus 2,500, which is
52,500.
Imagine that other error. If we had continued with it, we would have gotten an answer in the option, which is option C. So that is always very important to cross-check and re-evaluate your answers. So I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
So question 66 says the mean of P, 4, 6, 8, and 10 is 7. So mean is the sum of all of them. So let's sum all of them. P plus, let's just add the numbers. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 plus 10 is 28. 28 plus 7 is 35.
37 is the mean.
7 is the mean, sorry. So P plus 28, right? Then divided by what's the total number of value? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So sum of the values over total number of values will give me the mean, which is 7. So cross multiplying, I'll have P plus 28 is equal to 35. So P will be equal to 35 minus 28. And what does that give me? It gives me 7. Option C, 7. So let's also try the other one, median. You have to rearrange them, right? So let's arrange from smallest to the biggest. So rearranging it, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's get the middle number. I'll pick it 1 from each end, 1 from each end, 1 from each end. So we're now left with 4 and 5 at the middle. Yes, so we have to get the midpoint by dividing them by 2. So 9 divided by 2 will give me what? 4.5. So the mean is 4.5. Do we get it? Everyone? Alright. So question 65 says that a survey was done and it shows that 28% of people in a village wear, so 28% of the men in a village wear size 9 shoe. That the now said, what is the probability that a man selected as random wears size 9 shoe? What's going to be the probability? Yes? It's very easy already, since this one is given in percentage. 28% means 28 out of every 100, right? So 28% of the men wear size 9 shoes. So what is probability? Probability is what? Number of desired outcome over total number of outcomes. So it's going to be 2 year 40. You said 7 over 25, yes. So 2 year 40, 2 year 50, 2 year 7, 2 year 25. So the answer is 7 over 25.
Wait, again, I'm confused.
Okay. Now they told us that 28% of all the men, that means all the men, 28%. What does 28% mean? 28 out of 100. Percentage means over 100. So they've already helped you to get the probability. That means out of all the 100, the 100% or the whole of the men, 28 out of them wear size 9 shoe. So that means they already tell you that 28 men wear size 9 shoe out of the 100, which represents the whole. Are you getting me? And what is probability? Number of desired outcome, which is the people that wear size 9 shoe, which are 28 men, over total number of desired outcome, which are 100 or the whole of the men. So from here, you already have your probability. So 2 here is 14, 2 here is 50, 2 here is 7, 2 here is 25. Then you get a probability of 7 over 25. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we move to question 66. It says the size of a right angle triangle in ascending order of magnitude is this. Okay. So what do we think? Okay, they said ascending order. That means from smallest to the biggest. That means the smallest angle is 8. The next big angle is x minus 2, and the largest is x. And what is largest is hypotenuse. So we'll just use Pythagoras theorem, which says that. Hope you get what I just did now. They said in ascending order, 8 centimeters is first. That means it is the smallest. Followed by x minus 2. It is the next large one. Then followed by x, which is the largest. And the largest side is called hypotenuse. So hypotenuse squared, which is x squared, is equal to opposite squared, which is any of these two. Opposite squared plus adjacent squared, which is 8 squared. So expanding this. According to the order that they gave us, they said ascending. When you ascend, you are moving from smallest to the next big, to the next bigger one, the following, then to the highest point. You understand? So since they started with 8, 8 is the smallest, then to x minus 2. X minus 2 is the one that is bigger than 8. Then x is the one that is the largest overall. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So that means now, according to Pythagoras, hypotenuse, which is the largest, which is x squared, is equal to opposite, which is x minus 2 squared, or you can even put 8 squared anyhow, plus adjacent, which is 8 squared. Because why I said you can inverse it, it doesn't matter. If this one is the smallest one, I get it, you see be this squared plus this other one squared, so it doesn't matter, you just change your position. You get me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's now expand this. So I will now have x squared is equal to, let's expand this to give me s squared. Now what I'm using now is an identity. When you want to square something, it's going to give you s squared. Okay, let me use the formula. Let me just write it out clearly so you get what I'm doing. Or you can expand it manually. I don't want to because it's going to waste time. If you have a squared, or if I have a minus b all squared, according to general formula for expansion, it's going to be a squared minus 2 times a and b, then plus b squared. That's what I'm going to apply here. So it's going to be a squared, which is x squared, minus 2 times x and 2, which is going to give me 4x, then plus b squared, which is going to give me 4, then plus 8 squared is 64. You get me? Or you can just do x minus 2 and expand it manually. So from here, I'm going to have s squared minus x squared is gone. So let me move this other one. I'm going to have 4x is equal to 68. So how do we get x?
Minus 4x.
And 4x is moving over to the other side. X is 17. So dividing both sides, you have x is equal to 17. Do we get it? This is an equals to sign. Okay, it was not visible. So maybe that's why you didn't see. So when x squared crosses here to cancel, so I just did it straight away. Minus 4 is moving to the other side. Minus 4x will become 4x. Then these two remain on the right hand. Is it clear? All right. So 67 is quite straightforward also. Says that the length of the parallel sides, this is a parallelogram. So these are the parallel sides, are 5 and 7. If the area is 120, now area of a parallelogram is half sum of parallel side, which is in this case 5 plus 7 times the height. Now the area is given to us as 120, so area is 120 is equal to 1 over 2 times, summing this will give me 12 times height. So 2 here 1, 2 here is 6. So I'm left with 6 times h, 6h. So let's divide both sides to get our height. Height is what? 6 here 1, 6 here 2, 6 here 0, 20 centimeters. Is that clear enough? Is it clear enough? Hello?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you get this formula part? Did you get the formula part?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, the formula for the area of a trapezium normally is half a plus b times height. Do you remember this? If you have a trapezium, a is the top parallel side, b is the longer one behind at the base rather than the height, which is the distance from the bottom to the top. So in this case, the total of the parallel sides are 5 and 7. So applying it to the formula, area, which is 120, already given to us in the question, is half of A. What is A? A is 5 plus B, which is 7. So it's going to be half of A, 5 plus B, 7 times the height. I don't know the height. That's what they told us to look for. So I will now have 120 is equal to half. Let's solve the bracket. 5 plus 7 is 12, then times the height. So 2 here is 1, 2 here is 6. Now I have 120 is equal to, here is 6 times h. 6 times h is 6h. Let me make it smaller, say 6. So it's 6h. So in order to get my h, I will divide both sides by 6. 6 here 1, 6 here 1. 6 here 1, 6 here 2, 6 is 0, 0. So the height is 20 centimeters. Is it clear? Okay. So question 69.
Yes, sir.
68 rather. It says, which of the following is true about a rectangle? Which of them is true? Now let's look at the rectangle. It says each diagonal cuts the rectangle into 2 congruent triangles. So let's see, this is a diagonal. This is a diagonal. Congruent means that they are the same in terms of their size and everything. So looking at the diagonals, are these 2 triangles congruent? Are they the same? Yes. Because here is opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. So if here is A, here too will be A for the triangle. Here too, if here is B, here too will be B. And this diagonal is congruent. So that means 2 of them are congruent. So that means yes, the diagonal to a congruent triangle. Then 2 says it has 4 lines of symmetry. Is that correct? Do we have 4 lines of symmetry for a rectangle? Do we? No. We only have 2. 4? No, we don't have 4. It's actually 2. These are the lines of symmetry of a rectangle. The one that has 4 is a square. You have your square. First line of symmetry, second line of symmetry, third line of symmetry, and fourth line of symmetry. But for a rectangle, we only have 2 similar halves. So that's only 2 lines of symmetry. So that means option II is false. Then option 3 says the diagonals intersect at right angles. Let's see the diagonals again. So let's look at the diagonal. So this is the first diagonal, and this is the second diagonal. So they intersect perfect. Only that this is a rough triangle. I mean rectangle. It's not a perfect rectangle. So the diagonals intersect at what? At 90 degrees. That's why sum of the angle at this point will be 360. Here's 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90, which is 360. Thus proving that sum of angles at the point is 360. So the answer is I and I, which is option B. How we get the explanation? Do we get the explanation? Can I go on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's get question 69. It says each side of a regular convex polygon subtends an angle at 60 degrees at the center. Alright. So what is the angle of the interior? Calculate each interior angle. So we have an exterior angle. The exterior angle is going to be the center angle, convex polygon, not your regular polygon. So at the center, you have an angle of 30 degrees. And we know that for a polygon, sum of interior and exterior angle, let's use a regular one. We have a regular polygon. The interior and exterior angle will always be on a straight line. This is the interior, this will be the exterior. So sum of the interior and exterior will always be 180, because it will always be on a straight line. So since this center angle, which is going to be an exterior angle for the convex polygon, is 130, to get the interior angle, you're going to be, that means that's 30 plus the interior will give you 180. So the interior will be 180 minus 30, which is 150 degrees. Do you get it? Do we get it? Hello, are we there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So okay. So I said in a polygon, the sum of the interior and the exterior angle is 180 degrees. So I showed it using this regular polygon. You have a polygon. All the angles inside, the interior angles. Now if you want to check the exterior, let me draw a straight line. Here will be the exterior angle. If you check the interior angle and the exterior angle on a straight line, so the sum of the interior plus sum of the exterior are on a straight line. So they'll give me 180, right? So for a convex, you're having the polygon forming the exterior angle, of course, at the outside. I get it? At the outside. So this is 30 degrees at the center, which is its exterior angle. So following that rule, you're going to have that the interior angle, which we don't know, plus the exterior angle, which is this 30 degrees that will form at the outside, right? Will give me what? According to what I just said. Will give me what? 180. True, of course. So to get the interior, it's going to be 180 minus 30, which is 150 degrees. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The person I just asked, I hope you got it, because I am not getting a response from you. So let's solve this question. It says 2034 minus 42 number 1 over 3 minus 31 number 1 over 2. It's just a fraction problem. So what is this going to give? Let me put them in. I'm thinking of something. Okay, they told me to calculate that, so there's no need for me to do that. So what I'm just 2034 minus, let's convert this to improper fraction. 3 times 42 is 6, 126 times 1, 127 over 3 minus 2 times 31 is 62 plus 1 is 63 over 2, right? So,
Yes, sir.
in order to solve this, I get the LCM, which is 6. So 6 times 2034. 6 times 2034.
12,204.
12,204.
12,204.
Thank you. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then 2 times 127 is 254. Minus 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then 3 times 63 is 189. So let's do the numerator. 12,204 minus 254 minus 189. What will it give me? To give me 11,761.
11,761.
Divided by 6. So let's divide it by 6 first of all. To give me 1,960, right? Point something.
1,960 points.
Yes, but our answer is not given in decimal point. So what I will just do is just let me multiply it and get the remainder, right? So 1,960 times 1,060. So what's the remainder? Remainder 1. You get me?
Yes, sir.
So the next one is testing your knowledge of standard forms. So let's do this. 5,006.07 divided by 0.014. I always do what number am I seeing? I can see 14, so we'll remove 14. I'm moving the decimal 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 5,600 times, even here I can see 7, so I'll remove it. I'm moving 1, 2. So 7 times 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by.
So it's not 5,600, it's 56,000.
Yes, thank you for that. 56,000, yes. So at this point I have 1, 2, 3, which is 14 times 10 to the power of minus 3. So let's go on. Can 56,000 be divided by 14? I think so. Yes. Someone should confirm that. It looks like something that can go.
So it's equal to 4,000. Yes. 4,000. So it's equal to 4,000.
Yes, thank you. So 14 year 1, 14 year 4,000. So I have 4,000 times 7, which will give me 28,000. Now, this is law of indices here. So 10 to the power of minus 2 divided, that divided to change to minus, then the power here to minus 3. So let's do that together. I'll have 28,000 times 10 to the power of minus 2. Minus times minus is plus. So if you're owing 2, you now have to give a balance of 1. But looking at this, our answer is written in standard. Okay, let me go back again. You understand how I got to this point?
So it's going to be 200.
So I don't understand how you got from minus 2 to from 10 for minus 2 to 10 for 1.
Okay, good. Now this is minus times minus at the top here. Minus, minus, right? Right? Are you with me? Is that what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So minus times minus is what? Plus. So I just unified it. Because from here, you are having minus 2 from the law of instance. This is minus 2. This division will be minus, then minus 3. This is minus 2 minus minus 3 in the power of 10. right?
It's like we're dividing it with the 10 raised to power minus 3.
Yes. So is it clear? Can I go on?
Yes, sir.
So it's going to be 280,000.
Okay, let's see 280,000. So this is times 10, right? Which is 280. Yeah, before I convert to standard form. So let's convert it to standard form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 2.5. Or 2.8, sorry, times 10 is power 5. And what option does that correspond to? Option A. So do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So the next one says,
Sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, this is 20. Sir, it's not 280,000, it's 28,000.
Yes, it was 28,000. Then you multiply by 10.
28 for 4.
Here now, you are 28,000, yes?
This is 2.8
Then-
times 10 raised to power 4, not 5.
Wait. Let's all get the same page. Let me erase this first of all. So we are going to have, everybody's on the same page up until this point, right? Now you have 28,000.
Yes,
Then from this 10 divided by this, you have 10 to the power of 1, which is still 10. Are you getting me? So 10 multiplied the 28,000 will give you 280,000. Is that clear first? I'll be clear on that one. I'll
Yes,
clear
sir.
on that one. All right. Now
Yes,
from
sir.
here now to convert it to standard form. So I'm moving. Let's move it manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 2.8 times 10 to the power of 5 times. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So let's look at the housewife problem. So the housewife spent 104 or 1/4. So she spent 1/4 of her entire budget on provisions, then half the balance on staples. Alright, so what are we told to find? We're told to find our budget. Okay, so this is just a problem of fraction. So first of all, since we are dealing with fraction, a whole is 1. True or false? Now there are many ways to solve it. I'm just choosing to use the fraction method. Someone can say she spent 104 of her budget X on provision. Are you getting me? That's another method somebody can use. Then she now spent half of the balance. Are you getting me? But me, I want to use the fraction. I want to use the fraction method. So first of all, the whole is 1, right? So she now spent 1/4. A quarter, not 1/4. 1/4 is 1/4. So she spent the quarter. So from the whole, she removed the quarter. So how much will be left? It will be 3/4, right? Are you getting me? 3/4 of the budget. Right? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of the budget will be there. Then she now spent
Yes, sir.
half of the balance. That means from this 3/4, she removed half of it. It's half of the 3/4. And she spent it on staples. So it's going to be 3/4 minus 3/8. LCM is 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Divided by 8 divided by 8 is 1 times this is 3. So the balance will now be 3/8 of the budget, right? I hope you are following me.
Yes, sir.
Then from this 3/8, we're after that she spent 1/3 of the remainder. What remained was 3/8, so she spent 1/3 out of it, so you remove it. This is 3/8 minus 1/8. So what would that give me? 2/8.
2/8 then.
1/4. So the balance is 1/4 of the entire budget, right? And so how much did she now have left? She now had 350 left. That means 1/4 of the budget translated to how much? That remainder was 1/4 of the budget. And it translated to 350 naira. So to get my x, what do you just do? Just cross multiply. X times 1 is x over 4 times 350. Well, let's do it step by step. So x is equal to 4 times 350. 0, 20. 4 times 6 is 14. 1,400. So budget was 1,000. Yes. Are we on the same page? Please, I hope that's my constant subtraction and the rest didn't allow me to do something. Did anybody get me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the next one is question 73. Question 73 says that a man opened an account with, then after 1 year he deposited 5,000. After 2 years deposited 500. After 2 years he deposited another 500. So the interest is 8% per year. It is compounded. 8% per year. And it is what it is compounded. So this is a compound interest, not a simple interest. So the formula for compound interest is that the amount is equal to principal multiplying 1 plus the rate all over 100, raised to the power of the number of the years. This is a formula for simplification. But if you use compound interest, but it will be too long. So it's better we use the formula for, you can use simple interest, but it will be too long. So it's better we use the formula for compound interest straight away. That means if your money is being compounded instead of taking a simple interest, this is the formula. The amount you will get is the principal times 1 plus the rate raised to the power of number of years. So he did it for 3 years. So we are told to find the compound interest after 3 years. So compound them year after year. The first year, the amount is going to be principal. How much did he open it with? 1,000 into 1 plus. What is the rate? The rate is 8% per year, which is 8 over 100 times. This is the first year, so it is number 1 year. So it's going to be 1,000 times, this is 0.08, then plus 1 will be 1.08. So do that for me, please. This 2 zeros should remove this. So you give me 1,008. Yeah. So 2 zeros will remove those 2 decimal points. So I'll now have 108 times. These 2 zeros are gone. Removing those 2 decimal points times 10 gave me 1,008. So for the second year, still using that formula, the new principal will be this 1,080, right? Because that's the amount that is supposed to be paid to him. So that's his principal now, but he still chose to reinvest it. So it's going to be principal into 1 plus the rate is still 8 over 8% per year every year. So this is another 1 year of reinvesting. So it's not 2 years, actually, it's 1 year of reinvesting. So it's now going to be 1,080 times 1.08. So please help me. Wait, sorry. I just noticed the question says something that he deposited extra 500. That means the principal now will be the amount that they paid him, 1,080 plus as the principal and the formula. He deposited another principal to it, 500. Are you getting it? So the rate is still going to be from here now is the same rate per year. So it's going to be 1.08 for that year. I hope you get what I'm doing, please. You get what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have 1,580 multiplying 1.08.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we that are in SS1, we that are in SS1, we don't have this formula, sir. So please use the normal way of solving, like using simple interest rate, but you solve it with first year, second year, like that.
Yes,
It's
we
going
have
to be
not learned this.
Okay. But what about the GCSE? I thought you did compound interest in GCSE.
So we did it, but we used the long method of
So we didn't use this formula.
We didn't use this method.
Yeah. They said do not exclude.
Okay. That method is really, really long. Okay, let's just do it. So I have to clean it. But the formula is not really difficult if you really observe it. It's just, let's see, if you still insist, we'll still do that. Now let me just try and see if we can familiarize yourself with the formula. Now when it is compound interest, you use this formula that the amount is equal to principal, that the amount is equal to principal multiplying 1 plus the rate over 100. Then raised to the power of the number of years. Are you getting me? Raised to the power of the number of years. Now it's just you are now going to compound it year after year. The first year, the amount is going to be what's the principal? 1,000 into 1 plus the rate is 8 over 100 per year. The raised to the power, this is first year, so number of year is 1. So it's going to be principal is 1,000 into 1 plus this is 1.08 raised to the power of 1 year. So if you multiply it, that means this amount is 10,080. Are you following? Are we there? Are we there?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that means this amount. So that means that this amount is the amount that is going to be paid back to him, which is going to be his new principal. Are you getting me? Which is going to be his new principal, but he chose to reinvest it. So still using that same formula again. The amount for the second year will be the principal. How much is he reinvesting? This amount of 10,080. I mean 1,080. But the question actually is that he even deposited extra 500. So the amount is going to be principal, that same formula, which is this amount that was paid to him that he chose to reinvest, plus the 500 that he added to it to be our total principal. 500, which is T8, 1.08 raised to the power of 1 year. This is for the second year. He's doing it year by year. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's just the way you apply the formula. The formula is easy and straightforward. So the new principal here is going to be the amount that's paid in the first year plus the money you choose to deposit. Then it's still going to be for the second year, but that is compounded year by year. So for the second year, you're compounding for just that year. So the number of years will still be 1. So that's what I'm doing here. So doing this, I now have the amount is 1,580 times 1.08. So what does that give me on the calculator? What does that give me on the calculator, please? Yes, I'm waiting. Are we there? Am I still on this call?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So what does it give us? What does it give us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me use my calculator. So that's 1,580 times 1.08, which will give me 1,706.4. 1,706.4. That means this is the amount that will be paid to him. But he still chose to reinvest.
1,706.4.
Yeah. But he still chose to reinvest. That means in the third year, this will be his principal now, right? Because that's the money he's reinvesting. So, but he also deposited an extra 500. So I will add this 500 naira. Times the rate is still the same for each year. So the rate is still going to be 1.08 raised to the power of, this is for this third year, that particular year, which is 1. So let's add it. So 1,706.4 plus 500 is 2,206.4. Then times 1.08. That will give me 2382.9. 23. So the amount is going to be 2382.9, which is going to be approximately 2383. Option B. So do we get this method? Do we get the method? Hello, are we there?
Yes, sir.
All right. So is there still need for us to use that other long method? Do you still want us to use the other method? I think this one is more convenient. Should I proceed? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I should proceed. So question 74 says we should solve this in this year equation. We have 9 raised to the power of x is equal to 27 times 3 raised to the power of x minus 2. So 9 is going to be 3 raised to the power of 2x is equal to 7 raised to the power of 3 times 3 raised to the power of x minus 2. Let's have a log in this. So this is going to be 3 raised to the power of 2x equals to 9, which is plus at the top. This is 3 plus x and then plus, that's minus 2 is still minus 2. So the bases are the same, the powers will be the same. So I will have 2x is equal to 3 plus x minus 2. Collecting like 10. I have 2x minus x is equal to 3 minus 2, which gives me x is equal to 1. Option A. Is it clear? Okay. Next question says which of these is correct? Now that was very long. Question 75 says which of these is correct? So look at the first one. This is from 2 raised to the power of 3. Then many people get to do it. Either you use the normal law, and it will give you s is power. So A says it is equal to s is power 5. That's wrong. Now B is very, very wrong. You don't add exponents like that. So that's not x is power 3 plus s is power 4 will still give me the same thing, except you want to factorize. So that's not equal to s is power of 3. Let's divide, or let's use the law of inverses. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So from the law of indices, negative index law, this negative becomes 1 over the x carries power of 1. So that's correct. But let's be sure, let's go further and test option D. It says x is power of 6, x is power of 6, yes, y is power of 4, raised to the power of half. So I'll multiply this by both of them to give me s is power of 3, y is power of 2. But what they said is that it's going to give me y x is power of half, which is not correct. So the correct answer still remains C. I hope we are clear on that. Okay. So question 76 is the logarithm question. Not the normal logarithm. This is a logarithm question that involves that involves the laws of logarithm. Well, anyway, I'll still break it down because I don't think we've done it. For those in SS1, I don't think you've done it. So I'll still break it down. It's easy anyways. If you understand the laws of indices, you'll be able to understand the laws. So I was told to solve log 4.5. Normally, you could use logarithm table, but this one is not told. We're not told to use logarithm table. Right. So let's break this down. So how do I break log? Okay, no. I was given log 4.5. I was told to find log 0.05. So I'm looking for log 0.045 divided by 81. So what I'll do is I'll break the top. It will be log 0.045 can be 1, 2, which is going to give me 4.5 times 10 to the power of 2. Sorry, minus 2 divided by, was I giving log 81? I was giving log 8.1. So let me write 8.12. Let me write this 81 to reflect the 8.1 I was giving. It's going to give me 8.1 times 10 to the power of 1. Now, so far, I've not done anything new, right? So to do something, you have to introduce it to the laws of logarithm. And laws of logarithm are easy. Just take the laws of indices and flip them. For example, the laws of indices, you have a raised power of x times a raised power of maybe y is equal to a raised power of x plus y. In logarithm, you take the term to say log of m plus log of n is going to be equal to, since here they are multiplied, it's going to be equal to log of m times n. Do you understand me? You just take it from this way to the other side. Another one is a logarithm. Okay. Now I'm going to introduce it to a lot I'm going to use now to solve. So in logarithm, in indices, for example, you have this law. A raised power of m times a raised power of n is equal to a raised power of m times is plus n. Are you following me? So I'll take it from this point to this other point. So what this is going to give me is that it's going to take the same thing for logarithm. Logarithm is going to say, okay, from this point, let's go back. If I have logarithm of a number m plus the same plus logarithm of another number n is going to give me, now here there was a multiplication, it's going to give me logarithm of m times the n. Do you get this? Good. So this is a law in logarithm from deriving it from indices. Again, in indices, I have a raised power of m divided by a raised power of n is a raised power of m minus n. I can flip it to get the law of logarithm. It is a logarithm of a number m minus logarithm of another number n is going to be logarithm of, now here n. Do you understand? Do we? Right.
Yes.
So now let me now apply those laws now.
Yes, sir.
So it's just, okay, very good. Very good. So let's now apply it here. So this is now going to be, from the laws of logarithm, what is this going to give me? Let's solve the numerator first of all. So this is now going to be, now multiplication will change to plus, right? So if I have to take the numerator, it will be logarithm of 4.5 times, just like for me, this will change to plus logarithm of 10 minus 2 divided by, denominator is going to be logarithm of 8.1 times, here will change to plus. Are we on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
Now I'm giving logarithm of 0. I'm giving logarithm of 4.5 as 0.6532. So let me write it as 0.6532. 0.6532 plus, okay, wait, let me see. Okay, division is supposed to change to minus, like I said. The indices are logarithm. Plus should be, rewrite it. Let me rewrite it. It's supposed to be logarithm of 4.5 times 10 to the power of minus 2, if I take the logarithm out, divided by logarithm of 8.1 times 10 to the power of 1. Are you getting me? Now I told you that divide changes to subtraction, so it's going to give me logarithm of 4.5 times 10 to the power of minus 2. Now this divide became to minus logarithm of 8.1 times 10. Are we clear on that? From the laws we just discussed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me re-explain. Somebody said I should re-explain.
Just the last line, not everything, just the last line.
Oh, and I already wrote up everything. Okay, let me just redo it. So from the top, I'll have logarithm of 4.5 times 10 to the power of minus 2 divided, just like in this, I told you, division change to minus. So look, minus can change to division can change to minus. So this division here, since they are all carrying log, that minus log of this, minus log of 8.1 times 10 to the power of 1. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? You see, times can change to plus. So it will be log plus logarithm of 10 to the power of minus 2 minus logarithm of 8.1. Now this time, this minus is for everything here. I put it in bracket. So let me see, put them in bracket. Then this time, so you change to plus logarithm of 10. Are we on it? Are we together on it? Are we together?
Congratulations.
I go on.
Yes, sir.
So looking at this logarithm of 4.5. Now, okay, there's another law I need to talk about. I know logarithm.
All right, thank you very much for watching. I will have to stop live streaming at this point. Thank you very much for watching. Even in Nigeria and are taking Waec or Jamb next year, you should send us a WhatsApp message at 090-270-191-0310 to join our online classes on Telegram. The fee is 2,000 naira per subject per month. If you want us to prepare your students, if you're a school owner and you want us to prepare your students to HJMB, and WAS, also send us a WhatsApp message at the same number 090-270-19103. All right, I hope this live stream was impactful. I hope you learned a lot of things from today's class. Thank you very much for joining me today. And we'll be having chemistry very soon in the next 20 minutes. I'll be having chemistry. So thank you very much. If you are taking chemistry, if you want to learn more about chemistry, you should join us at 12:30. Thank you very much.